Alright, let's get into this crap. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Alright, guys, listen. It seems like every time I sign on, I'm like looking at the buzzings going on the internet and stuff. It seems like once again, as we get closer to the release of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, we're supposed to be entertaining the conspiracy theories and all that stuff about who Rey's parents are, and there's all these articles talking about the possibilities are endless and all that stuff. And you guys will forgive me if I don't feel the enthusiasm after we were insulted, berated, and abused for daring to wonder such things even after The Last Jedi. Like right after it happened, we were supposed to take Rian Johnson's bullshit script as well, the gospel, pun intended, obviously. But yeah, so we were told to dare not question it. Anybody can be force sensitive, just accept it. You mangy, rotten fanboys, just stop it, get a life. Now all of a sudden, as we get closer to the release of the bullshit movie, we're supposed to be once again excited about who Rey's parents might be, just like it's 2015 all over again. Well, before I get into this, let me just share a little bit of this article, okay? So you can know a little bit more about where I'm coming from. And this article, I just lost it. Where is it? This article is, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I almost got it, guys. Yeah. Come on back to daddy. Come on back, shimmy, shimmy. Yeah. All right, this is on Esquire.com. All right, it says here, a new Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker leak appears to confirm Rey's bullshit origins. This shines a light on one of the biggest mysteries in the new trilogy. Ooh, contain my excitement. This is by Matt Miller. It's Miller time, and he goes on to say, the first two entries in the new Star Wars trilogy have teased fans with tiny bits of shit about Rey's mysterious past. In The Force Awakens, when Rey first touches Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, she has a vision where she sees herself as a child with her parents flying away from her, leaving her on the planet Jakku. Then, in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren tells Rey of her parents, they were filthy junk traders who sold you off for drinking money, dead in a pauper's grave in the Jakku desert. What's interesting is that these two details don't really add up. You fucking think so? That's because you had two separate people doing two entries in the same trilogy who were not on the same page, who didn't know what the fuck the other one was doing. That's the reason why it doesn't add up. That's the only reason why it doesn't add up. As a matter of fact, when Kylo tells Rey that her parents were some junkies, she pretty much confirmed it. We're supposed to forget that. He was like, I want to hear you say it. And she was like, yes, Daddy, I'll say it. And she said it. All right. So don't tell me that it was just Kylo Ren lying to her. Because remember, Rey is all powerful in the Force. So she would have known if it was a lie at that moment. But no, she confirmed it, right? Right? I mean, am I wrong? I'm not going to go back and watch that shit. But I think that I'm right about that, right? All right. Some of you people who just love The Last Jedi, I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong. What's interesting is that these two details don't really add up. If Rey's parents flew away, abandoning her on Jakku, why did they end up being buried there in a pauper's grave? So, who are we to believe here? Kylo Ren, or Rey's vision in two separate movies directed by two separate freaking boneheads? Going into Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, Rey's origins remain one of the biggest mysteries in this new so-called trilogy. And according to a leaked image from a Star Wars guy posted on Reddit, Rey might not have been from Jakku originally at all. Most of this information we already know, but the language of the first point on the timeline appears to suggest that Rey wasn't from Jakku at all. They just said that. A tiny Rey watches helplessly as the starship pulls away, marooning her on the unfamiliar world of Jakku. That would mean that Rey was born and raised as a baby on a different planet, then left on Jakku by her parents. This would also seem to hint that Kylo Ren was lying about Rey's parents, because if they did leave her on an unfamiliar planet, why would they go back there and die as nobodies? Well, they are junkies. Does anything a crackhead does make sense? I think not. Maybe that's where the crack was. They wanted to be buried in a crack field. I don't know. More importantly, though, why would Rey be abandoned on Jakku at all? Rey's vision appears to show her being sold off to or left with the junk trader Ankar Plut on Jakku. Bless you. Based on the information from Kylo Ren, Rey was sold off to him for drinking money. How dry I am. But there are other possibilities too. Other bullshit possibilities. I can't wait to hear this one. Lay it on me, daddy. Rey could have been left there to hide her from the Jedi or the Sith or both. Yes, it's just like 2015 when we came up with all of these theories too, and they told us to shut up, just shut it up. It all means nothing. You take Rian Johnson's word for it, and we just did, right? There's another pretty important secret on Jakku, though. It's been outlined in supplemental Star Wars books and comics. Emperor Palpatine set up a research facility on Jakku to help search out old Sith relics. The Star Wars Wiki explains the Jakku Observatory was an observatory located on Jakku. It was part of a network of Emperor Palpatine's observations across the galaxy. The Jakku, I'm getting tired of saying it, the Jakku, but I gotta commit to it. The Jakku Observatory was part of the Emperor's contingency plan to destroy the Empire in the event of his death. It was located under the plaintive hand, but you know what, fuck this. Anyway, listen. The point of the video is, these people, they wasted no time and they showed us no mercy in brutalizing us for daring to wonder, about Star Wars the way we did when we were growing up. We wondered if Luke was really Darth Vader's son, you know what I mean? We wondered if Han was going to be okay after being frozen in carbonite. We wondered if everything was going to be okay. We wondered if Yoda was going to ever get off of Dagobah. I don't know. We wondered a lot of things. Star Wars inspired a lot of wonder. But when we tried to wonder about this so-called sequel, or as I like to call it, the Nyquil trilogy, they told us to stop. They called us all types of cruel names. They threw things at us, and they stopped us from enjoying it, and called us man babies, and all of these hurtful things. And now they want us to get excited about it again. Come on, world, it's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. Well, spare me if I don't. Listen, Disney Lucasfilm, you know what you can do for me besides kiss my black ass? You can apologize, okay? You can apologize for the hell that pure, loyal, loving Star Wars fans have been enduring since you picked up the Star Wars ownership. It's like you could speak out against the way we're bombarded, with all of these articles online calling us names. You could do all that. You could stop it. You could say these Star Wars fans are the best in the world. They're not perfect. Some of them are out of line. Some of them are certifiably insane. But to be abusing them and calling them names the way Rian Johnson does, the way Pablo Hidalgo does, the way Chuck Wendig, the way Kathleen Kent, the insults just keep on coming. These people could say enough of that. But no, they've allowed it to go on for years and years. And children, the younglings, they've been estranged from Star Wars after generation upon generation of loving this thing. And it's been under your watchful eye, Kathleen Kennedy. And like I said, you could have stopped it in any time, and you didn't. So here we are. The fandom has been split. I will get inevitably that one downvote or two or three or four or five or six or seven. I've watched other YouTubers out here in this so-called fandom menace receive death threats. I've received a few of my own, and that's where we are. It's like all of us could have done without this, but this is the mess that you made, Kathleen Kennedy, because of your poor leadership. Your resentful, attitude towards the fans and your little, crusade somehow to make the Force female and to represent Whaman everywhere, to the destruction of the franchise, of this great story. So at this point, the only thing I want from you, no matter how unrealistic it is an apology. An apology for what you've done to all of us. In my comment section, I see some of the best people in the world, who inspire me to keep going. And these people have been Star Wars fans for their entire lives. It's meant so much to them. I've been through this before, but you allow the abuse to continue. So like I said, you can tease people with Rey's origins and, all the stunt casting in the world, but I sincerely, with all my heart, hope that your movie fails. Not because I don't love Star Wars, but because you people have mishandled it. You've been insulting, you've been abusive, and you don't deserve any of the success that you're going for. That's just how I feel about it. Of course, there are going to be other people who feel differently. Fine. They're free to buy a ticket. I will not. Alright guys, so that's it. That's all I wanted to say about that. That's where my mind went when I saw this article. You can get in the comment section and tell me, does this do it for you? You know what I mean? Does wondering about Rey's parentage after they told us to shut the fuck up, does that do it for you? Are you excited again? Are you back on board? Get at me in the comment section. I respect everybody's opinions, as long as you're not being abusive and disrespectful. Alright guys, so you can comment, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Of course, hit the notification bell. Make sure you are still subscribed. You can catch me on Twitter. I will be there. Alright guys, that's it for now. I'll catch you in the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on!